What's up, YouTube and world? Today, I'm looking at this jet ski for you. Figure give somewhat of a verbal update on what's going on with this thing and what has happened to it over my time owning it. It's friggin' coming down right now. Kinda hard. Apologies. But yeah. Basically, I got this thing in 2022 and had to do a load of work to it after riding it like 3 times only. And this was my first jet ski I'd ever bought. It's a 1989 Kawasaki X2. 650s still in it. But yeah. It's done nothing but trouble like right when I first got it, I guess. Leaked a lot of water in through, not this corner, but this side here. This was where the old bilge dump was, and then the hood latches typically are right there. And so the fiberglass was cracked basically from here all the way over, and then cracked up into here. So this whole corner was like compromised from the bilge hole placement, the latches and the hood not lining up properly or something, or being over tightened too many times and then crashing into waves or what have you. But underneath the front end there was a shitload of stuff going on. So there's like a hole here, and right behind the sticker here there used to be just like bad resin filler that didn't like bond to this SMC hull very well. So I had some stuff to fix down there, and then got rid of the gas can or the gas fill area because I don't know, I thought it was ugly, and finding a cover plate at the time was like difficult back in 2022, so I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna totally glass it in. And so that's what I did. Excuse me. Maybe you can see this, but up in here, there we go. Yep. So I made a brace for it, and then made that whole fill in there. She's nice and flat. The hardest part is like making it, because this is not a straight line here, as you can see. And then even right here, this isn't perfectly flat. So making that right was hard, and I don't know. It's a good challenge. And then a bunch of other random holes and whatnot. The biggest thing as far as the glass work I did was lay 2 layers, 3 layers in some places across the entire inside. And then you can't see the bond line very well right now, but here you go. Completely glassed in the bond line all the way around the ski. So I tied in with fiberglass the top and the bottom of the ski all the way around, including the nose up in here. But the whole idea is reinforcement. I'm like, I don't want it to crack again. Around with cracks. The whole reason the motor was bad was because water got in, and water ingestion into the carb. You know, as a new rider, I didn't know how to ride it one bit. And like, not like I was tipping it over on the wrong side or nothing, but when you put enough water in these hulls, whether it's coming in through the through hull gasket for the carrier for the fucking drive shaft, water can come in through those if the bearings get bad. water can come in through the hood latch area or the bilge pump if you don't have a loop in it. I don't know. There's a variety of ways water gets into these hulls. And I'm very rarely seen a dry X2 hull. Even this Gen 2 gets a shitload of water in it, like, because the scupper in the backside of it, which completely different stupid problem. So yeah, I haven't water tested this thing yet, but pretty sure that it's not going to leak a shitload of water through the hull. Hopefully it's not leaking water through this exhaust, but just make sure all your stuff's lined up properly and the water's not going to flow through places it shouldn't, like if you don't line up your exhaust properly, or it's pretty hard to do that. But I know if you put an aftermarket exhaust on maybe and you don't make sure that all the port match lines up, you can have issues with just power gain in general. So you always have to make sure that the manifold is matching to this pipe in the first place. And I feel like all the old ones, they didn't do too crazy of like size changes there, but I don't know. The name of the game is smooth transitions through all this stuff. So with the carb, you don't want to have big bore differences between the manifold and the carb bore. So if you put just like a 48 millimeter carb on the stock 28 millimeter manifold, you're gonna have issues. It's not gonna fucking work right. Yeah, I got this motor rebuilt at Jet Boys by Ray, good dude. Had I had the chance to do it again, I think I would have just Yamaha swapped it right away, because I've just got a bunch of Yamaha parts now with that Yamaha swap Kawasaki ski. But for now, I think she's just gonna have the 650 in her, and eventually find a 750 small pin to throw in it. I just don't feel like putting more money into motors into this thing whatsoever. My budget has been blown out of the water 5 different times probably, and yeah, I'm excited to ride it for the first time in 3 years. Like I said, first jet ski, and never worked on fiberglass before this, never pulled motors out of, you know, these types of fucking, I've never had a jet ski before, so this was my first like cherry pop of, you know, forcing yourself to learn everything, you know, via YouTube or the internet. And like, it was hard. I didn't enjoy spending cold evenings in the wintertime grinding shit with like a space heater that you had to wear a mask just to breathe in the room, otherwise CO poisoning. Like it's just, it's worth the grind, because I don't know, I know that there's no other ski that looks like this out there, basically, as far as the color, and how I did that is unique. And the braces, shout out to Cole Hamilton, they're so sick. Like, and these are going to be huge for the crack points in the corner and where the hood latch attaches on there. So there's metal plate on the hood latch, or the hood side of it too. AJ Performance and Chris Miller, shout out to them for this beautiful surf brace. I wasn't gonna get any other surf brace because it's removable via these Allens. So a lot of the surf braces are welded to the deals, and you have to remove them under here. And it's just such a pain in the butt to get up to the bolting spots where these go. So it's like, as far as like having to remove it and get into the deal to remove the gas tank is going to be so much easier. Which brings me into the gas tank. Fly and Tie products, best tank available on the market right now. Like, for an X2, there's nothing that's going to fit in here with like a factory pipe or an aftermarket pipe as good as this tank at this size. So it's like a 5-gallon tank, which compared to the stock tank, oh, she's buried down there, boys. It's very similar in comparison. I don't even know if this is worth trying to pull out, but oh, yeah. Basically, they took this guy and got rid of this oil spot. So, I mean, like, you can see the difference there. Pretty substantial amount of space that you save. Because, like, if you run an FP pipe or, like, a lay-down pipe, for Christ's sake, you're not going to be able to fit that pipe with this tank. And possibly not even this tank. A lay-down pipe's gonna maybe require the cart tank, which that's what's in this guy. It's super tiny. I wish I had better lighting, but well. The cart tanks are only 2 gallons, and 2 gallons in this bad boy has lasted me like a couple hours if you're just kind of ripping it. So almost a good deal, but having about 5 gallons is optimal, so you can kind of ride for like 5 hours roughly. So, but yeah, Flying Tie Jetski products. Literally, I don't know. I mean, look at that thing. It's brand new, white, looks beautiful. Definitely makes the whole ski look new on the inside. If I was to throw that old crusty boy back in here, it just probably wouldn't look as good. Wax racing products. Got this hood latch from them, and that just pretties it up. The steering stem, it's a wax racing steering stem. And then the wax racing trim setup, I don't know, just looks a whole lot better. Seems to function pretty darn good too, the way I've got it set up, which is just a bike lever brake and some piece of wire that I found, or cable that was a little bit shorter. I'm definitely gonna have to water tighten it up because I don't really feel like that's gonna do very well over a long period of time if it's just exposed to water on the inside of the cable here. They're coated, but I'm sure it'll rust or corrode in some sort of way I don't want to deal with. On to the dumbest shit I probably did here. I would not recommend cutting off more of the bond, like the rail. This is like your whole turning thing, your whole turning base. Like it's adding length and ability to your ski. Like, I don't know. We'll see how she rides. I cut it off prematurely watching a bunch of YouTube videos and like thinking like that's the way to do it. But we'll see. Everyone that races them says do not touch the side rails on them because they're already a short ski kinda. But for the purpose of dicking around and jumping and doing fun stuff, sliding, I think it's what I'm gonna want. But we'll see. I do like how I did this, just kind of like left it enough to be sturdy still for a tow hook, because I heard towing them backwards is definitely the easier way to not sink them when you're not on them, like riding behind it, holding on. So, yep, still has a stock Kawasaki pump, but I did throw in a Blosian pump stuffer guy there. I don't know, you can't see it. It's green, and like basically the pump cone on its stock is like that long or whatever, and like looks like a dreidel almost. I don't know, it's a lot longer and has a different shape, and this is a stubby cone, so it's supposed to make the water that comes out like a snappier. It's like reducing the amount of vortex that like decreases the speed of the jet pump propulsion. I don't know, not exactly physics major on that, but that's the idea I've understood from it. And yeah, single cooling, nothing exciting there really. Oh shit, what is exciting though? Let's see, is this bad boy. So you can't really tell from this, but the pump area where the water feeds into the pump has been completely modified compared to your typical inlet there. So Robert Sand, shouts out to brother. He makes these fiberglass inserts that you can put into the pump area, and it's like a pump stuffer. I incorrectly said earlier about the pump cone here on the jet side of things, but the pump stuffer allows water to flow into the pump more like freely, because the stock route is just more sharp, like a 90-degree angle, and the water has more air pockets when you have sharper angles. So this decreases the angle that water flows into the pump and feeds it directly into the top side of the pump. So there's no flat spots in the pump track at all. And I don't know. I feel like that is more not done thing. Like, people put in a pump stuffer that is a flat surface and it feeds the water directly from your pump intake, like where the bolts are at the top of the grate, and it feeds the water straight into the top side of the pump. Those are great because they're like easy to install. Like, if your shit is already existing, you don't have to take your drive shaft out to get it in there or nothing. This, you had to take the drive shaft out. I had to cut the part up to like make it even. I had to feather it in, and it was just a big overtaking that I don't know. I knew it was going to be kind of a pain in the ass, but I didn't realize it was going to be that big of a pain in the ass because, well, yeah, I figured it was going to be easy. Like, I figured it would sit in the pump track and wouldn't be difficult to like glue down, but I had to hold it in there a certain way and line it up with the hole, and yeah, just a freaking pain in the butt. But yeah, I'm pretty freaking stoked with how she's came along. All these cool colored gas lines, got them from Showtime Freestyle. Got a variety of other parts from Showtime Freestyle for that ski. Like, accidentally ordered 3 different orders the same day because I kept forgetting to like buy everything I needed. If I have any advice to you, just let it sit in your cart and then do your work on your skis as you do it, and then after you've either continued to have the same problem or not, then buy the fucking stuff, like your products that you need. Because I've just so many misordered stuff, or like buying like things that I think are gonna work and then don't. Like, that's the biggest lessons I've had to learn, is like, don't just go out and buy something that you think's gonna work right away. Like, and I'm still guilty of it. Like, I bought these don't fit right here. They're just holding the pipe in place right now. But I've just found the Kawasaki, head bolts that are Allen pipe deals, and they're titanium or whatever. $25 or $20 or $38 after $30 after shipping for 3 bolts. Like, they don't just give it away. And like, that's the other thing. Don't do this if you can't be okay with this burning money. Like, you gotta not look at it in a profit sense most of the time, because it's really not gonna like, you're not gonna be able to turn around a project like that. I'm never gonna make money on this ski. This ski, if I did a bunch of stuff and spent a lot of money on it, I still wouldn't make money on it. Like, it's like, my point is it's not about the money. Like, I think the biggest jet ski thing is the community, and like how fun it is to see a bunch of people that you've never met before, but like, as soon as you talk to them, like minds are just like minds. And I don't know, it's super easy to yap at people about jet skis that love jet skis, because I don't know what we're here for, man. Like, and I come from like a snowboarding, skateboarding, and mountain biking background, like, and like played team sports and baseball and all that in high school. But I think the motorsports are really where like your brain is being forced to come up with stuff on the spot. Like, if your jet ski's sinking, how are you gonna make it not sink? Like, I don't know. Flip it over, apparently, is what I've heard. It turns it into the canoe situation where it'll flip upside down and hold an air pocket in there a lot better than if it's sitting upright and water's rushing in. Then it'll, you're just gonna run into trouble. I've sunk that first day I rode this thing. I sunk it out in my cabin, and then, yeah, it's just the way it goes sometimes. Like, you get a little too goofy and not know what you're doing and start panicking, and then, yeah, shit goes sideways pretty quick. But that's only sinking ski situations. I think as far as, blowing stuff up, I knew this thing was blew up because it wasn't starting good and it wasn't pissing water right. And so I was like, dang, I think I blew the head gasket on, the top side or something because there's not enough water pushing through. And yeah, sure enough, some water ingestion a week before, it just kind of made things not right in it. And yeah, if you get water in your ski, run it until the water's out of it, because water sitting inside here will just do so much damage to the cranks and the seals down there. And you don't want rust or crustiness down in places where things are moving at higher RPM. You just if you get water in there, clear it out, turn it on its side, take the plugs out, and just freaking dump the water. Because if you let the water sit in there, you're going to be looking at a rebuilt engine like me. And then next thing I knew, I was doing this whole thing. So it's a blessing in disguise. But I wouldn't just say go out and blow up your jet ski to learn how to rebuild it. I think that'd be a little silly to say. But shit's going to happen. If this is your first jet ski, adventure, you're young in the jet ski game or you're old in the jet ski game, it doesn't really matter. You're still going to blow stuff up. You just got to learn how to love building it back up. Honest to God, it teaches you a lot of shit. And I don't know, definitely makes you a better person. You got to interact with a lot of people to get parts and talk to people that you don't know in places you've never been, and just hope that they have what you need and they'll be a cool person about it. And 95% of the time, everyone's super tight in the jet ski community. There's a lot of bickering about stupid bullshit, but honestly, just don't say dumb shit on the Facebook pages too frequently. And if you do, at least be funny about it and take a joke when people talk shit to you, because I'm a pretty stupid person myself. But tread lightly in the Facebook groups unless you really need help. Another thing you can do in the Facebook groups is use the search bar function, which this is a good tip for finding information in Facebook groups on this ski or, stand-ups in general, everything stand-up jet ski or Kawasaki X2, or if you're a Minnesota person, Twin City Jet Pilots, they're called TCP or TCJP on YouTube or Facebook. But everyone in these groups has either been around the skis for a year or 40 years. So it's pretty cool to see the variety of minds and what people do differently. I don't know. Like I said, I've only been doing jet ski stuff for 3 years, and I've only been riding for one. Last year was when I started riding, really, because I got that. And that ski is kind of rare too. It's a GTX2, so it's a replica of a Gen 2, but solid enough. I don't care. It's a Yamaha swap, unconditionally chopped in the front. That is tipped. That's a little sacrilegious to some people that are hardcore, need to be OEM, but honestly, this chop in the front makes it such a fun ski. You get a little water splash in the face, but you just, hopefully you're in a clean lake, where you have your mouth closed. So, yep, figure I just make a yap video for y'all, because I've never done it before. And if you've stayed this long, like and subscribe, brother and sister. I'm gonna probably make some more because as the summer turns about, I'm gonna have lots of different things happening with the jet skis, I'd imagine. So, trying to stick a camera in front of it more frequently. Peace out.